Don't touch that radio set.
The time is 9 o'clock.
Aago mẹ́sàn-án ti lù.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
It's 1 minute gone past 9 a.m. Good morning and thank you for joining us on today's edition of News Sponge on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, where we bring you the trending stories across the globe. And here are the stories making waves across the world. In Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has urged the newly appointed service chiefs to work as a team, noting that there is work to be done. Tinubu made the remark when he met the new National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the new service chiefs for the first time since their appointment on June 19, 2023. The NSA told State House correspondents afterward that the president assured the service chiefs of his unwavering support during the meeting. Ribadu said the service chiefs on their part pledged their loyalty to the president and Nigerians, also underlined their commitment to work tirelessly to secure the country. And still in Nigeria, the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Siu Juanchun, has promised that his country will give the needed support to the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government to ensure the development of the country. Speaking during a meeting with the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, Juanchun gave the assurance that his country would help Nigeria with tested development strategies that would better the lots of Nigerians. According to a statement by the Director of Information, Willie Bassi, Juanchun presented 3 documents containing developmental strategies that the country could adopt. And moving on to the foreign team, where Senegal's President Macky Sall has declared he will not run for a third term in next year's election, ending years of uncertainty over his political future that helped fuel deadly opposition protests last month. In a speech carried live on its official Facebook page, Sall maintained on Monday that Senegal's constitution would have allowed his candidacy despite having already been elected to a second term in 2019. Rumors that the 61-year-old leader would try to extend his stay in power have led to bouts of unrest since 2021, in which dozens have been killed, shaking Senegal's reputation for calm in the restive region. Sall was first elected in 2012 for a 7-year term after prevailing against then-President Abdoulaye Wade, whose decision to seek a controversial third term prompted violent street demonstrations. And in the exciting world of sport, former Liverpool captain Steven Gerrard is the latest star to make the move to Saudi Arabia after signing a deal to become head coach of Al Ettifaq. The 43-year-old has been out of the game since being sacked by Aston Villa in October. Gerrard had previously said he turned down an offer to head to the Gulf state, but has now been lured by the riches to offer. Al Ettifaq finished 7th out of 16 clubs in the Saudi Pro League last season. That's all we have for you on this edition of News Punch. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we bring you analysis of the stories. Do stay tuned.
The
The major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, they want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hold Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
It's 6 minutes after 9. Good morning and welcome to the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we bring you analysis of some of the major stories from the week. Over here, we analyze topical issues in the country and look for ways forward. And of course, we do not do this alone. We usually bring in-house analysts to help us analyze all of these things. And today on the show, we have Elder Wole Adedeji. He's a veteran journalist, Kwara Bureau Chief of News Express, and a public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir. It's great to have you in the studio.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here.
You're great to have you. I'd like to ask this question. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
All right. Great to have you in the
Are
studio.
you?
Very well. Thank you so much for
All
asking,
right,
sir.
yeah.
All right. Now, bear in mind that you also could be a part of the conversation. All you need to do is follow us live on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook is Diamond 887 FM, and on YouTube is Diamond FM Ilorin. You could be a part of the conversation by dropping a comment in the comment section. Also ensure that you share the live feeds across your social media platforms so other people are a part of this, as these are very necessary issues that we need to have as a people of this country, Nigeria, as we talk about things that concern us in this country. Now let's get straight into the first topic for today. You could also send messages via WhatsApp to 09136556864. 09136556864. Now let's get to the first story for today.
Yeah.
Elder Wole, President Bola Tinubu yesterday met with the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the new service chiefs for the first time since their appointment on June 19, 2023. Now the message was clear. There is work to be done.
Yeah.
But Ribadu had this to say about the meeting. Let's pay attention to what he said, and then we'll come back to analyze this.
Okay.
Well, we are here to thank Mr. President for the opportunity he gave us to serve our country and to serve his own government. We thank him very much. We also pledge our loyalty to him and to Nigeria and Nigerians. We believe that the choice he made is the right one, the correct one, and we know what he wants for this country. We are going to work tirelessly to ensure that we accomplish that objective of securing our country, establishing peace, stability, and let's get our lives back. He gave us the assurance that he is with us 100%. He told us that we must work as a team and there is a work to be done. He will expect us to deliver, and we are grateful for the opportunity. That's why we are here.
Big task ahead of you, sir.
Yes, and it is going to be done, inshallah.
What a certain point.
Where we are today, And you can see already things are improving in our country. If you see the record of crimes and activities of the criminals, it's going down. It will continue to go down. We will secure this place. Nigerians have seen the quality of people that are given opportunity. They are probably some of the best we have, and they are not going to fail you. They will certainly deliver. Thank you very much.
Now, Edowoli, let's start with this quote.
Okay.
There is work to be done. Looks to be a deliberate remark judging the terrible state of our security challenges. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I want to observe something there. It's like it's about the first time that the service chiefs will meet the commander-in-chief and the NSC, National Security Advisor, will look like the head of that team. And it go to me, show some signs of seriousness this time around. Maybe the old order of service chiefs individually wanting to capitalize on their personal relationship with the commander-in-chief, just going straight individually to him, and then all this. So I can see some trace of proper coordination this time around, and you can see the way the NSA was talking. He was talking with some authority and was pledging all this. Yes, there is work to be done. Well, that looks like a common language when the people like that are newly appointed, especially security persons. We remember in those some 8 years plus ago, they were even given 3 months to get things done, and they spent 8 years. It's like we didn't get much of that result. So I hope that this time around, the pledge, the commitment, declaration that is work to be done should just be done, and we are waiting.
Now, it's important that these service chiefs do not fail.
Yeah.
What would you want to follow after this meeting, both from the president and, of course, the chiefs?
Well, I think the chiefs, they are Nigerians, and they have seen the areas of observations in the last 8 years as regards their predecessors. And one thing some of us are repeatedly been saying is simple. One, intelligence gathering is the core issue in this matter. Bandits, insurgents, or whatever names we call them, they are not ghosts. It's not that human beings don't see them where they are. They come to buy from the market. They buy petrol. All the food stuffs and what have you. So intelligence gathering should be the first thing, to the extent that in the last 8 years we have identified where they are. They say certain forest A, forest B, this is where they are, and all this. I'm surprised that was what happened in 8 years. I think the military knows how to go about things like this. All I know, some of us have read war stories and all what have you. You get map. If this is where they are, there is a way to surround that place and get things done. So first intelligence, then act militarily. The strategies and tactics of military, if properly applied, I'm sure we'll get there.
Now, do you see the president going all out to actually support all of these people? Like he assured yesterday, he said teamwork among the service chiefs will make this work. Do you succumb to that?
Of course, he has properly counseled them, advised them on what to do. And telling them to imbibe the spirit of teamwork is like reminding them what they ought to have known. So teamwork, yes. And then he is waiting to get results. And so, like I say, it's left to them. They are professionals, and they know how to go about things like this.
Now, speaking of the service chiefs individually, a retired military officer and security expert, Group Captain Sadiq Shehu, last week advised the National Assembly to seriously drill the new service chiefs to know what they are bringing to improve Nigeria's challenging security issues. Now, this is a part of the conversation many people are not looking at. It's another to appoint, and it's another thing to criticize the profile of the records of the chief. Do you not see that we have jumped into an important process, or do you feel like we follow the process holistically?
You see, I agree with retired Group Captain Sadiq, I think.
Yeah.
I agree with him. It has gotten to a point that we have to grill properly to those who want to give this kind of arduous task to do for us. And it's not a matter of because it is my rank or they have just decorated it with new ranks and then train their ways around. There is a serious business to do here. It's unfortunately there was a service chief And within 1 week that he was appointed, he just changed it to camouflage the battle gear and relocated to Borno State. But I wouldn't know what happened. And unfortunately, I think along the line, something happened. He lost his life. And so we can still get people who are such dedicated. So by the time we grill them, looking through their profiles, we'll have known where and where they had performed. And their credits, their scorecard will make us, will convince us that yes, these are people that we need this time around. So it's left for them.
All right, we're talking the new service chiefs and, of course, the current security situation in the country. You too could be a part of this conversation. All you need to do is join us on our live feeds on social media, Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook is Diamond 887 FM. On YouTube is Diamond FM Ilorin. Feel free to drop a comment about your observations or send a message to the number 09136 556864, regular text messages and WhatsApp. Let's go pay the bills. When we get back, we'll dive more into this. Stay here.
Are you looking to introduce your business to the world or maintain an existing brand image? Well, let's help you. Advertise with us at Diamond 887 FM in Lorry. We provide a wide range of services to help showcase your business. For inquiries and advert bookings, visit our marketing office at Plot 2, New Uni Road, Irewolede, Ilorin, or call 091 2929 4332 or 081 2828 6078. Diamond 887 FM, your shining supreme station.
In case you just joined us, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show, a production of the News and Current Affairs Department, where we analyze topical issues currently making the rounds in the country. And I'm joined by Elder Wole Adedeji, who is a veteran journalist, Choir Bureau Chief of News Express, and a public affairs analyst. Once again, it's great to have you in the studio, sir.
It's my pleasure again.
Now, we're currently talking the news service chiefs and what they bring to the table. Now, while the focus is to address insecurity once and for all, a former governor of Zamfara State, Ahmad Yarima, has suggested that President Bola Tinubu should first engage the use of dialogue with bandits rather than military force. Now, as the best way to address the insecurity challenge to resolve insurgency in the country, here's Yarima saying that.
I keep on saying that the best way to go about these bandits, handling the issue of bandits, should be introduction of dialogue first. But as I said, if that fails, then the government will go all out to eliminate them. Why I say we should start discussing with them is to avoid the collateral damages that may come up if intensive and extensive military operations are directed. But that should be the last option. You look at World War I and World War II. The wars were not ended in the battlefield. They were ended on the table. They had to negotiate. So negotiation is part of governance. Once you negotiate with your enemies, you will end up pleasing them. Some of them, like I said, the reason for doing it are two: ignorance and poverty. So what you need to do is to identify what you can do to salvage these people and make sure that they are reintegrated back into society.
Now that's Yerima saying we need to actually and if you pay proper attention, Yerima is not the first person making this claim. Back in 2021, we had the likes of Sheikh Gumi also come to say we can live in peace with these people if we have proper dialogue with them. What do you make of this particular suggestion?
Well, I get amused each time I hear people saying dialogue with bandits, dialogue with terrorists, dialogue with what have you. To dialogue means we have identified who the bandit is, who the terrorist is, and there's a government in place who has a duty. I think, well, if we don't want to talk of dialogue, maybe not government. By the time government begins to sit at a round table with bandits, with terrorists, and the terrorists will stand up and walk away free, I don't know. But I think some prominent Nigerians can take it upon themselves. When Gumi started his own and was going to the forest to meet them and coming back, unfortunately, along the line, I get amazed as well. When he's the one coming back to say they wanted this number of millions and he give it to him. Soldiers will accompany him. He will say he asked them to stop at a point and he will go further into the forest with money, and then eventually will be released. I said, what kind of thing is this? So the government should be, by the time it is now, what if in a situation where the bandits turn down the offer of government in the dialogue, and the same bandit will walk away, and the next 1 hour he is striking, killing those Nigerians again? I think government has a duty to secure the country, and whatever versus instruments that is at its disposal to do that, he has to do it. The government has that duty. Go all out, get sophisticated weapons if that is what it means. And the way Yerima spoke is likening it to Second World War, First World War, and what have you. And so that means we are agreeing. Those who are leaders are already accepting that we are in a war. War with who? Over what? You see, I think we should face reality. I agree with some prominent Nigerians to step in if they have reasons, like Sheikh Gumi had access to them, he knows where they are, etc., etc. Okay, but the government will not come down low to that level and sitting at a round table with insurgents, with bandits, with terrorists. And what if their discussion did not arrive at a conclusion? So the same bandits will stand up and go away into the forest and strike all over again. I disagree with that.
Now, just yesterday, Saudi Arabia let out the news on how that they were going to persecute 5 different terrorists. Mm-hmm. We live in a country where the government allows for the rehabilitation of some terrorists that decide to repent. Is that the way to go for us?
It's not the way. It's not the way. And terrorism, even in the United Nations law, it's a serious matter. Tag anybody a terrorist anywhere in the world, you see instantly the United Nations Security Council, they are interested. The first world, the world powers, they get interested instantly. Any country can seek the assistance of the foreign powers, of the first world powers, of the United Nations, of the Security Council, to go after a particular terrorist that is tormenting them. So I'm surprised that here we are now saying we are granting amnesty to a terrorist. So I don't know. It's strange to me. Government has everything at its disposal to fight terrorism, and if it is beyond you, then seek the assistance of the world powers, of the United Nations Security Council. The conventions are there. It's not just because I am of this sect, I am of this tribe, I'm of this area, and the settlements begins to come in. Once a government is in place, that government has a duty, and that prominently also includes the security of lives and properties in that nation.
It's safe to say that at the stage that we find ourselves as a country right now, we've gone past the stage of having negotiation with them.
Yes, that's the truth. We have gone past that. Okay, like I said, it's not only Sheikh Gumi alone. There are some other prominent Nigerians who had stepped in one way or the other and negotiated and talked with them. But this is where we find ourselves, to the extent that we begin to see a situation where they now say, even among the terrorists, among the bandits, they have broken into factions and begin to fight themselves. And we have seen a situation where a traditional ruler, a local government chairman, had to go and give it a chief terrorist chieftaincy titles, they say, as a way of pacifying him so that he will stop attacking them. And to the extent that security officials were also there to be present so that they now say, okay, let's be friends. And what happened? 1 or 2 weeks after, they still struck. You see, one of them was doing naming ceremony or wedding ceremony, something, and then it happened that military men went there and they said, for going there, they struck again. They knew where he was. he was celebrating naming ceremony or what have you. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I think the government has a duty. We have a new government in place now. I want to believe this government has its strategies too, and they have passed the buck to the new service chiefs. So let's watch them.
Right. Well, while we await the new strategies and implementation of the security policies by the new service chiefs, let's get your reactions right now about this. 09136556864, regular text messages and WhatsApp, or call 09136556952 or 08000887887. Let's hear what you think about what is currently ongoing. Please ensure that you turn on the volume of your radio and you're as precise as possible. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
Ibrahim from Dakambi.
Good morning, Ibrahim. Go on.
My contribution is that you see the suggestion of the former governor of Zamfara State, Yerima.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. Go on.
You see, that is not the solution. Does it mean that the bandits are more powerful than the government? That is not the solution. They should use the military force, not negotiating with bandits. We encourage it more. That is not the solution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. 09136556952 or 08000887887. Bear in mind that you could also send regular text message and WhatsApp 09136556864. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
Prince Adeyinka from Ambassador, Tango Ilorin.
Good morning, Prince Adeyinka. Go on.
You see, the government, by having any discussion or the negotiation with the bandits, they are only postponing the evil deed. The Nigeria has taken so long with these terrorists. They should declare war against them. Thank God the newly elected president have at least designed the security architecture put in place. I think they're able to change the service chiefs. So this is the right time for us to decide and make sure that these people are wind up from the bush. They are ghosts, living ghosts. So the Gumi that was once going to the bush to carry money, we discussed for them, we had them to wait and go and give the bandits. How much do we know is given to them? It's a key on the side of the country. Nigeria should not tolerate any terrorist negotiation. In fact, for that governor to have spoken, he had his own advisor that I told him, I asked him that tell the federal government to do this and that. They should be arrested. Even all those past governors to be brought to be invited and questioned. They knew, in fact, that the local government, the core villagers, they know where they do live, they know where they are. So they should be went out. Even if that's why I talked about Obasanjo, he cleared all of them.
Yeah.
God bless Nigeria.
Right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Bear in mind that we're also live on Facebook and YouTube. You could drop a comment on the comment sections and be a part of the conversation for this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
I'm the league Panama speaking from up.
All right, go on.
This Zamfara government. They are 4 living Zamfara governors. They advise the immediate past governor to negotiate. They negotiated. What is the end?
2.
4 of them are leaving. Yari, this one who spoke and 2 others. That will be the wrongest thing for any government to do. We have everything to defeat this insurgency, banditry, and whatever, but political way. If Tinubu misses the opportunity, I am telling you, if this thing continues, it can lead to civil war. Because it's a section of the country that's carrying out this insecurity in every part of the country. Go anywhere in the south is a part of a section of the country that are more involved in this kidnappings and everything. So government should not listen to them at all. It is dangerous. It can bring down Nigeria. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, just before we take more reactions about this, he made
Yeah.
mention of one very important thing.
Yeah.
He said that we have the security apparatus and everything, but we lack the political will.
Yeah.
Do you succumb to that?
Of course, if before Buhari came, this problem was on ground, and he promised to address it, and he made it open to us and the then service chief that he newly appointed that in 3 months the thing will be off. It was not off, and so suddenly we realized that the same service chiefs, after failing so woefully, were compensated with diplomatic ambassadorial appointments here and there. So that means the political will was not there. You gave somebody an assignment, he failed woefully, and you now compensated him. One begins to wonder. And just like the last caller said, in security platform, we can see police. If police gets to know that you have information about certain crime being committed somewhere, and you are not ready, and they are free to invite you, and whatever you say as regards such things, they can invite you to say, come and shed more light. It's like you know a bit about this thing. A lot of people have been coming up to talk like this. The former governor of Zamfara, presently the Zamfara has almost become a front line again, like all other one, like in the northeast before. And he was a governor. He is one of the leaders in that place. He's still alive, and he said four former governors of that place had done the same thing, and it yielded no result. He's now asking a new government again to now be involved in such a thing again. I think it's ridiculous. It sounds funny. But other nations of the world begin to laugh at us. You want to go and beg criminals? It's a serious international crime, terrorism. I say you want to go and beg terrorists? It's strange.
All right. While we wait for more of your reactions on the security situation in the country and, of course, the appointment of the new service chiefs, let's go on a quick timeout.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Kò sí mọ́ àwọn ká ti sá lọ àrùnmọ́lẹ́gùn ẹ̀yìn dídùn làkúrẹ́ ìgbé wọ́n ti lọ wá bí wọ́n sí kára o lè pé bàmù rẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa.
kókó lára ọ̀tá le. gbéra ńlẹ̀ kó dìde. kára o lè pè ń bá. àtòrà wọ̀ àtòrà pẹ̀sẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa. kẹ́gun tó kẹ́gun náà. kára o yá gágá. ara ń ronú tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ronú mọ́. tẹ̀bá ti fi kára o lè pè ń bá ra. lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọnú igun. tó sì ń ṣe àtúntò rẹ̀. òṣùbù yẹ̀kẹ́ fa párọ̀ tàbí fi ẹsẹ̀ dá. fi kára o lè pè ń bá wọ̀. káì ara rẹ̀ ó lè padà yakinlala. action action. ó jẹ́ àwọ̀ká àròmọ̀lẹ́gun. làkúègbé ara ríro tàbí ẹ̀yìn dídùn. kára o lè pè ń bá lọ́kọ̀ gbogbo wọn. agbára pọ̀ kára ó lè pè ń bá. tuyi pharmaceutical industries limited. àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká po oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. kára ó lè pè ń bá. ẹ̀rọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pín ìrèpàtú òpèrè ta pàtà pọ́npọ́n. kára ó lè pè ń bá. ó kì í síbẹ̀.
kára o lè pé bàmù rẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa.
Where's your paradise? London, Doha, Singapore, Miami, Zanzibar? This summer, Wakanao has got you covered. Lock down unbeatable travel deals with only 10% down payment and pay small in convenient installments. Book now on wakanao.com. Download the Wakanao app for even cheaper deals or walk into any of our travel centers near you. Take a break. Escape to paradise. Wakanao. Let's go.
Keep in touch with us from any part of the world. Log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net, or download our app, Diamond FM, on Google Play Store or Apple Store.
This is still the Diamond Breakfast Show on your Shining Supreme Station, Diamond 88.7 FM. Ilorin, your Shining Supreme Station. Bear in mind that you could also be a part of the conversations where we dissect topical issues in the country. All you need to do is send a message via WhatsApp or SMS to 0913-655-6864 or drop a comment on our Facebook live feed on Facebook, of course, Diamond 887 FM, or on YouTube, Diamond FM Ilorin to be a part of the conversation. Or you could call 09136556952 or 08000887887. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
Yeah, this is Abayomi from Ilorin.
Good morning, Abayomi. Go on.
See, at times, the issue of this country is somehow funny. And no serious government in this world, we appreciate the act of negotiating with all these people. And that's why we need to bring up policies and actions to show that we are really serious. We cannot stop this issue of banditry or anything if there is no child birth control. There is no doubt about that. This is one of the measures we need to look at when we want to tackle this menace. Because you imagine where someone is giving birth to 20 children, 10 children, without catering for all those children. We know that we are building problems for the future. No doubt about that. But if we want to be serious, who are they at war with? Who are they fighting? What are they fighting for?
Mm-hmm.
So the best way a father can deal with a stubborn children is to use force, because they have been negotiating with them. Buhari administration negotiated with them. Nothing yielded afterwards. So for this now, they are still coming to him to negotiate again. Let him use force first. If they now want peace, they would be the one to be
to ask for it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Biomean. I made one very important point there on how that we need to work on our childbirth control.
Yeah.
Now, just last week, a ring was found in Anambra State where underage were involved in prostitution ring with underage kids there. And that begs the question of the way that we actually, the structure for caring for mortality and the mother and children rate in the country. How far does the ministry responsible for that work in curbing all of these things?
Well, I think one of the problems we have in this country, before we get to that childbirth check or control, is the issue of our diverse faiths, diverse religion. While one religion may encourage that you control your childbirth, another faith may encourage that you are free to have as many as possible, as many wives as possible, etc., etc. So that could be a very difficult task that we may have to enjoy nationwide. And when we talk of faith, it's not only faith alone. Even tradition, culture of certain areas encourages you to have as many as possible as many as you can. But the danger of it all is that the repercussion is pushed to society. The problem is pushed to society for you and I to bear. And so when you have, I think some governors of northern states at the time quickly identified this Almajiri issue, and that's the immediate result of this childbirth check that is not applied here and there. So until we come together as a nation, every faith, every section of the country agreeing that our problem is because we are not controlling our childbirths, we have to agree on that. And maybe the work should go to the National Assembly. Once that is done and everybody there, irrespective of faith or where they come from, agreed and becomes a law, then you can begin to apply the law.
Right,
but to say because it is done in state A, so it must be in state B, where their faith, their culture does not encourage that, we may be having problem to execute that.
All right. Now let's check some of the messages that we have. This one says, I'm Adekunle from Osun State. It's laughable when we talk about negotiations with terrorists after multiple jailbreaks carried out by them. Now this one says, good morning. The issue of security has been a major problem that have also affected the economic situation of our country. I think most of our governors should take a key interest in the security of their state. Now, recently, there are various cases of kidnapping in Kwara State. Within immediate environment of Ilorin Metropolis, lots of people are being kidnapped. Ransoms are being collected. We cannot wait for security chief to come to our state, but the governor should act fast and do the needful. How long will people continue to live in fear? Thank you, Olatinwo from Airport. And good morning, sir. We pray for success of our commander-in-chief and security teams. Their failure and success affect us directly, as they are in field and offices strategizing to make our country peaceful. It's incumbent on we masses to assist them in prayers. But facing the media and talk is very easy, and their predecessors have been doing so for a long time, keeping our hopes high. So I can never be carried away by NSA speaking to the media ordinarily. Dialogue with the bandits is opinion of different individuals. If the government sees any reason in it, since we're looking for solutions, if we can do it in sincerity, anyone who have definite solution should bring it forward. Current security facing us is of multifaceted. Many of these so-called terrorists were forced into it in Medjugorje looking for a way to come out. If government provide a platform for them to repent, I don't see anything wrong. From Abdulwahid in Okoba. Good morning, presenter and the guest. On my opinion, I don't see why government will negotiate or dialogue with terrorists or bandits. If they want to dialogue with them, government should have upper hand than them, so that they can call for dialogue. It's not palatable for government to call for negotiation. Comrade Maja Abdul Rashid from Pakata. Right, that's about the messages that we have. Let's dive straight into the next topic for today.
All right.
Now, for the second topic for today, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAM and AG Keme Nsoma, a student of Anglican Girls Secondary School in Newi, Anambra State, have been in the news in the last 24 hours. That's the latest saga making the rounds in the country. Now, the young girl is on a course to win a scholarship of 3 million naira by claiming to have the highest score in the just concluded unified examination. But JAM refuted this claim. Both have their sides of the story. Now let's start with that of JAM, and here's JAM's spokesperson.
Clear. I think so the public is actually getting this thing a little bit mixed up. There is nothing wrong with our system or the result in our system. What happened was that is the version that the candidate has with her that she has mutilated. So it's practically impossible for us to know how many people are keeping such versions with them until when you come to the public space. And then news begin to make all around that, okay, you have this. That is when we now go back to our system to check whatever claim that you are laying. This particular candidate, that one very prominent Nigeria awarded her a scholarship to the tune of 3 million naira. And then I think Anambra State government were also trying to receive her and honor her also. So a call was placed to the board that the candidate, we had announced the highest scorer for the year 2023, which incidentally happens to also come from Anambra State. And when we got this information that somebody is laying claim to 362, we went into our system, search, and we discovered that this particular card, there was nobody with a score of 362. But what I did, because the Commissioner for Education in Anambra State actually called me, and I asked her to send the result to me. For every result that is printed from our system, it comes out with a QR code. The QR code is a security device on that result. So the first thing I did was to scan the QR code. So when I scanned the QR code on her result slip, the slip she's holding with 362, I discovered that that QR code belongs to a candidate who sat the examination in 2021, one Omobolale, and that candidate scored 138 in 2021. And I became curious. So I went into the system with the name, with the registration number, because she put her registration number, she put the score she obtained, and I will check in the system, and we discovered that she scored 249 and not 362. As a matter of fact, there is no score 362 in our own system. So we were not aware of this issue until when she brought it in the public space. Because what she did was just to have a slip, paper, for instance, and then she mutilated, maybe use graphic design to mutilate the scores, and then she was parading that score. So there is no way we will know that such a particular version of result is being circulated in the public space, as long as what we have on our system is not tampered with.
Now, Miss Oma also, of course, had her own part, and she had this to say in her own defense.
Okay, Miss Oma, I'm doing all these results. I went to JAM portal to print these results, and this is what they gave me. This is the result here. So this this is my aggregate 362. This is exactly how I printed it. I downloaded it from that site. So they now saying that I forged my results is what I don't know. And I'm traumatized that they accused me of forging my own results because I'm not capable of this forging results. This is the evidence. Okay, they say that I forged my results. They scanned this QR code there and it showed another name, a Yoruba name, Omotola Afolabi, 138. And that same person that got 138, they checked again, the person got 338. Meaning that there is problem. There is problem somewhere. So, and we went to Commissioner of Education office on Friday last week. My principal and the educational secretary of Anglican Girls Secondary School, or Anglican Diocese. So we went there. We showed all these results to Commission of Education, both this one and the SMS they sent to me. And she snapped it and sent to the JAMB official. They called back saying that this is a forged result, that I forged it myself, that the JAMB office don't have the record of this. So they now say that I forged it. And they called the DSS over to come to her office. The DSS, they took us to their office and we made our statements there. And they said they will contact us later, that they are going to investigate these results to know where the source came from. So that's what they said. And instead of them to wait for the investigation to be over, they posted that I forged my results without confirming. So I'm really sad about it. And it's not that since my nursery school I've been taking first, I'm a brilliant girl. It's not that I'm an illiterate person that will go and forge her results because I'm not intelligent to impress people. I've been taking first position since my nursery school. And even my common entrance, it was 300 and something.
Now that's what she had to say.
Yeah.
No doubt this is a very, very interesting saga. Investigation is still going on, and we've heard from both sides. So what do you make of this?
Yeah, my position is what the lady said earlier on. When this thing started, I first got angry with myself that JAMB should have allowed us to know how they had gone, how far they had gone in investigating before they jumped to a conclusion that the lady forged that thing. One, the one or two or three other students or candidates of JAMB had come up to narrate their experiences, how there have been discrepancies when they go to the portal to print, and it is this moment, another moment is another thing. And we have had some Nigerian youth, children, having complaints about this. And this thing was very rampant before the incumbent secretary of JAMB, Professor Oloyede, reputable Oloyede, came on board. And we expect that, well, he has been doing well. We know that this thing has reduced seriously. But because there have been wonder centers where results are printed here and there, the system had been having faults for some years before now. And so if there are still traits of this, I expect JAMB to know that, okay, it's like these scammers are out again, to quickly go into that place, investigate, include, to now say they are first accused this lady of forging the result before saying that they are investigating. So I think it was quite preemptive. It was quite too early for JAMB to accuse this girl. We read that girl, since her nursery school days, had been a brilliant child. Here is a lady that we heard that the father was an Okada rider, and they have been living on people who showed interest in her being a star to assist them. So I'm not saying yes, the lady is not guilty or the lady is guilty, but in as much as there is investigation, I think it was too early for JAMB to accuse her of forgery. That is a thing It's one of the reasons. Thank God this has become a celebrated case now. That will make JAMB check more into its system and come out with a good remedy. The Oloide is doing a yeoman's job there, yet, but this is a thing that has been there for quite some time that we all know as Nigerians. It might not be in one day that you get over it. So when cases like this come up, it's better to address it again, look inside critically before coming to a conclusion.
Now, just like you said, for JAM to go back to check their system, a lot of people have come to say that maybe there's a possibility that JAM system can be hacked. However, the JAM spokesman said that it is only results that are uploaded on clouds or systems that have cloud information, that with information on the cloud that can be hacked. He said that where JAM stores their information is not connected to the cloud at all, therefore cannot be hacked. Only a portion of their data is stored on the cloud. So it's not possible for people to hack their results. Whatever is uploaded there is what they have on their on their database, which cannot be tampered with.
JAM has not told us that. What we used to know some years before now, that some centers were involved in things like this, and JAM had taken steps along the line to make sure that centers, accredited centers, if not accredited centers, then accredited centers are given the modalities of their operations and etc. etc. So they have been doing that, and the fact remains that it is not true that this has not been some kind of problem with JAM situation before now. We commend JAM for how far it has gone to reduce this thing. But if we still have traces of it, it does not really mean that it's not existing. So this is a case for them again to look further inward and checkmate. We wish them well, but you see, a growing Nigerian child, I think JAM is hasty because this has to do with the lady's future. She's too young to be traumatized that way. If at the end of the day it is discovered that it is not her fault, so what do we do? That's a child. May grow up not to forgive this system. So I think they were hasty. I'm not saying she's not innocent. I'm not saying she's innocent. What I'm saying is that the action of JAM to accuse her of forgery is hasty.
Now, the girl is about to lose her scholarship. She faces further penalties if found culpable. According to the spokesman, she might not be able to take the exams for the next 3 years if she is found guilty. JAM is maintaining its ground. The young girl as well is maintaining.
I think a lawyer has stood up for the girl and said, okay, if a child that would do such a thing would be somebody who is a dullard, that he was requesting, okay, set another exam for this lady and let us see her performance. If she's the type that will go and forge, that they are sure of her record shows, even the principal of her school was saying, no, this is a star in our school. She couldn't have done that because ordinarily they are quite sure that she will pass very well. So it is hasty. It is hasty to accuse her of forgery.
Now, what if she is found guilty? Since where she is found
guilty? She should face the music if she is found guilty, yes. And that will serve as a deterrent to others.
All right. Yeah. Let's get reactions about this. 09136556952 or 08000887887. What are your thoughts on the ongoing saga between Mekamua and JAM? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Bamdele.
All right, Mr. Bamdele, go on.
May God bless your guest.
Thank you, sir.
JAM decision just too hasty. Too hasty. We are talking of future of a 17-year-old girl. And, you know, I've not been on social media for personal reasons. But just last week, I was supposed to be on social media. When I saw this girl, who is just my grandchild's age, I pity her. The way that girl spoke, the girl is brilliant. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not saying the girl is not not because people, but there will be JAM's fault there. They are not wasting in making it public alone. They are talking of punishment on an issue. They are
still investigating,
and that is wrong. God bless them.
All right, thank you so much. This one says, morning. I expect JAM to have done due diligence and proper investigation before coming to the public to make this pronouncement before of the effect on the psyche of this child, because of the effect of the cycle of this child. Is the JAMB 100% sure that their system is error-proof? Something must be wrong somewhere. It's very wrong to investigate after making it public. A forensic check should be done. If JAMB is guilty, they must be held accountable. Thank you. Bashir from Airport. Now, my position is that JAMB are not telling Nigerians this happened before until this issue came out. But why is JAMB not investigating before accusing this girl? That's what this person says. 09136556952 or 08000887887. So I say, my name is Aya Sadiq from Asadam. Now, having a roundtable negotiation with bandits, insurgency, or whatever they are called is not a good suggestion. Yarima, or what is called, how well did he secure Zamfara when he was a governor? Let's not allow the world to laugh at us, because no sensible government would want to negotiate with terrorists. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, kindly call us back 09136556952. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
My name is Oscar from Okilili.
All right, good morning, Oscar. Go on, 30 seconds.
Well, you see, the JAMB, I think they're having a several problem, because I had someone in this recent 2023 examination, because I registered too, but I wasn't able to sit for it due to I had an accident on the day. Well, I have
sorry about that.
All right, no problem. So I went to the JAMB officer for you to make the compliance. Maybe I could be reconsidered for receipting. Though I didn't get that, but I had to get that day that.
Hello. Oh, sorry, we lost that one. Kindly try again. Let's get one final call for today. 09136556952. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
My name is Taiwo. I'm calling from Taiwo.
All right, Mr. Taiwo, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think JAMB is having technical issue with their system. They should, they should call the girl and allow the girl to attempt with the question the sex. During the exam, during that, this just concluded JAMB. Yes, because it clearly shows that the girl is gifted, so that they cannot tell us anything. They should not turn the girl to a criminal. The girl is a sound student. Yes, she's right. I think INEC need to address the issue of technical issue in their system. Yes, JAMB.
Right.
Thank you. May God bless JAMB.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Elder Wale, on the final note, what are your thoughts about everything for today, to everyone listening?
Well, I think it's like we all had agreed that it would be too bad for us to agree with terrorists. So government is advised never to attempt that. Service chiefs have taken oath. They should work very well. JAMB should know that we all know that for quite some time before now, they have been having issues like this with their system. They are trying to rectify it, but it's not perfect yet. So they should not, and they should find a way of not hurting that girl. That girl is gifted, and she should not be allowed to hate our system. God bless Nigeria.
All right, like he said, God bless Nigeria. We hope that all of this is sorted out and we move forward when it comes to our security as a country. That's the size of our package today on the Diamond Breakfast Show, production of the News and Current Affairs Department. A big thank you to Elder Wale DDG.
My pleasure.
Veteran journalist, Choir Bureau Chief of News Express, and a public affairs analyst. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
My pleasure.
My name is Mekamua Osigbodi. Right after now is the News in our native dialect, and after that is Eba Dasi with Ishola. A big thank you to Emmanuel for making this working behind the scenes. Stay tuned to your Shining Supreme station all day and every day for the best of everything when it comes to media.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a